Should you take Ozempic for weight loss? Caveat here, I'm not a doctor, but I have been coaching weight loss for the past 15 plus years. This is 1 pound of body fat. And if you have 30, 50, 100 pounds worth of body fat to lose, what will most likely happen is you'll go to your doctor. Your doctor will prescribe you one of these new semiglutides. They go under the name Ozempic, Wegovy, trizepatide, bunch of different names. So what will happen is you'll take these semiglutides, and they're responsible for mimicking the hormone leptin, which helps you feel full. It also helps slow down digestion. And through this process, naturally, if you're feeling more full more often, you'll eat less. And by eating less, you'll lose body weight, which is great. Unfortunately, if you have poor eating habits and you're prone to eating highly processed, super sweet, fatty, salty foods on a regular basis, which are super easy to overeat because they do not signal to our brain to stop eating. So therefore, they are really easy to overeat. So if you're taking these semiglutides, but you have poor nutrition habits, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to start gaining the weight back, or your weight loss will plateau. You know the phrase, there's always room for dessert? Well, when you even start thinking about sugar and then start eating sugar, your stomach relaxes to make room for it. So if your diet is full of highly processed foods and majority sugar, naturally it's going to be hard to overcome keeping weight off long term. So then what happens? You're taking the semiglutides, you initially have success because you are eating less, but because there's always room for more sugar, you eat more and more, and eventually the weight loss stalls or you start gaining some of it back. So then the natural process, doctor bumps up your semiglutide prescription, so you have to start taking more of it. And by taking more of a drug, naturally, that's where we have to start dealing with some of the side effects or the consequences of taking that. So if you are someone who's interested in going on one of these drugs, or you need to go on one of these drugs, what I would highly recommend is learning how to feed yourself naturally in a way that slows digestion and keeps you full. And good news, there's a natural way of doing that. Through eating adequate protein and adequate fiber, these foods are made naturally to help you stay full and to slow down digestion so that you can ultimately lose the weight. So there's no avoiding the hard work necessary to get the weight off long term. There's a lot of different ways to lose weight, and there will always be new drugs and procedures and diets and fads to lose the weight. But there's only one way to keep the weight off for good, and that is maintaining and building muscle mass. By having that adequate protein in your diet, you'll not only slow digestion to help keep you feeling full, you'll also protect, preserve, and build muscle mass along the way so you can keep the weight off for good. Hope this helps. Now it's time to go do the work.